So I just wanted to start this video by saying, since it's the first one in the series of me showing off some of the films and items in my collection that I've been gathering over the years and will most likely continue to gather over time, that these lists won't be in any specific order, nor will they be subject to just a singular genre by itself, since I have something I like in many different categories that I wish to show off. So don't expect any strict criteria or anything like that going into this. I'm just kind of describing whatever it is I'm feeling at the moment, whether it's out of passion or just me feeling like talking about or sharing something that I like. So yeah, just wanted to make that clear before I got into it. And also, since it is my first video that I'm posting on here, I'm pretty much guaranteed to probably screw up on something, whether it's just me describing something or a tiny editing mistake, anything like that. Just bear with me and know that I'll get better at this over time as I keep putting out these videos. So yeah. So the first film I'm going to be talking about is called Visions of Suffering. It's an experimental Russian surrealism film I don't think I've ever seen anybody else talk about, or at least praise for all it's done. This film is a definition of underrated, probably because it is Russian and not too known in other countries, but still. I stumbled upon this one by accident a few years ago, and it's been one I've recommended time and time again. It has a story, but that's not the main focus here. The main focus is more so the visuals and the trippy dreamlike feel it captures the entire way through. This film has hundreds, if not thousands, of those 90s and early 2000s styled effects that give off this very surreal, yet nostalgic and unique charm that at times is hauntingly confusing and chaotic, while not becoming mindless, just like how actual dreams could feel. This is my favorite film by this director, and I highly recommend it if you want something that truly feels straight out of the dream realm. So the next one is 28 Days Later, which is probably my favorite zombie film of all time so far. It definitely has a cult fan base, and for good reason as well. It's one of the most grounded, genuine, and raw, gritty zombie films I've ever seen. And just that goes for films in general. Don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure the filming of this was actually done with a lower budget and lower resolution camera, which is why it feels, so real, and it doesn't feel clean. It just feels so gritty, and it adds to the overall tension and atmosphere so well. I think the sequels after it are also very well done, but you just can't beat the first one in this case. It was just so well done. Like, really, go watch it if you haven't already. So this next one, Cradle of Fear, honestly the best way I could describe this film is it's really just one of those movies you stumble upon randomly one night. You watch once and you're like, what was that? Really, it's super strange the entire way through. It doesn't really make much sense, and I love it for that, really. It doesn't take itself too seriously. It has goofy moments. It has that 2000s cheese to it. But, no, obviously, well, not obviously for some people, but if you haven't figured it out, or if you're not familiar with the band Cradle of Filth, that's pretty much where the title came from. It has a lot of Danny Filth appearances in it, which is why I picked it up in the first place. And honestly, it's just a dumb, fun little horror movie just to put on and enjoy, It's nothing to take too seriously. It's not the best thing ever, and yeah, it's just a fun time. So this movie's been talked about by countless other people so many times by now, so I don't really have to explain much about it other than it's very experimental, it's very surreal, very dark, intentionally. It has a very grotesque feel to it, and I fucking love it for that. So this version comes from a website called Sloppy Seconds, as you could see by the disc art. It also comes with the short by the same creator, called Den of Celestial Birds. So yeah, this is an awesome one to have in my collection. So I'm pretty sure this one is pronounced Sanguivorous, and just like Visions of Suffering, this one is incredibly underrated, very surreal. It has a story once again, but that really isn't the focus of this one either. It's more so the visuals and the aesthetic that goes along with it. This one really creepy the entire way through, really grainy, lots of blacks, whites, reds. Kind of has like that Sin City sort of feel, but this one is just, you could really tell it's an avant-garde, as it says, like, you know, on the cover art, an avant-garde. Just, it's an art piece, you know. There's not much talking in it at all. I think there's like a little bit in the beginning, but for the most part, it's a silent film that has to do with vampires, I believe. But yeah, this one's really unique, very strange, very weird. It's just a cool art film, and I heavily recommend it to those people interested in this sort of thing. So Snuff 102 is kind of one of those movies where you watch it once and you pretty much seen everything you need to see. You'll either, I wouldn't say love it, but you'll either hate it or you'll find some appreciation in it. And I definitely find some appreciation in it. I really mess with the low grainy resolution of this film. You could tell it was intentionally made to look disgusting and as grotesque as possible. The soundtrack is so strange, so weird. It has, I don't even know how to describe it, just a bunch of like screechy noises with these high bass drums and screams scattered throughout. It's just a really eerie film. It's very, very violent, like incredibly violent at times. So, you know, usually I'm not really like the biggest fan of gore films. I could appreciate them, but they're not really my thing entirely. I prefer like story and like actual aesthetic over, you know, just random edgy gore. But no, there's something about this film that keeps me coming back, keeps me thinking about it, and I appreciate it for such. So yeah, I just want to talk about it. Also, this version that I got, it has like this, I didn't know at the time when I bought it, but it's like this Blu-ray AI upscaled version, which honestly, in my opinion, looks like complete shit. The original movie was already so low quality and so it had like a incredible low resolution feel to it, and it was meant to have that feel. You're supposed to watch it with that feel, you know. You're supposed to watch it in like that low quality. It's not supposed to be upscaled. So I don't know what the people behind this pressing were thinking. Maybe, I guess they were just trying to get a quick cash grab, but obviously I don't want to put words in their mouth. But you know, I prefer, if you're gonna buy this movie, go try to find the original DVD copy. It's gonna be harder to find. I've tried looking. It's pretty difficult to find. Honestly, you could just bootleg it by yourself. It's on F'd Up Movies, so you could probably find a way to download it, do all that if you wanted to. But yeah, this version's kind of weird. I just have it in my collection because I didn't know at the time when I bought it, and you know, it's still cool to have. So yeah, Snuff 102. So for this next one, I wanted to talk about and appreciate not just Ginger Snaps 2 that you see on screen right now, but also the first one. I don't have it on DVD yet. I'll probably get it later on, but yeah, no. I probably enjoyed the second one a little bit more than the first, not gonna lie, because I was watching the first one, and like the first 30 minutes of the first time I watched it, I was kind of like, whatever. But it started to pick up a lot towards like the middle and the end, and definitely has like a low budget kind of feel to it, which for me adds more to the atmosphere and the feel of it. The second one I found to be, again, a bit more interesting because a good chunk of it took place in the asylum. Well, yeah, in an asylum, which I found to be a bit more entertaining than, you know, the generic school setting that was in the first, that's been done in so many films. I've seen comparisons of these films to the movie Jennifer's Body, which I could definitely see the comparisons. In my opinion, Ginger Snaps is, again, it has like that lower quality feel, and it feels a bit darker, not as clean like Jennifer's Body, but I appreciate them both. So if you're into that sort of thing, like the werewolf, I wouldn't call this straight up a werewolf movie, but if you're into that sort of thing, it's pretty damn good. Give it a try. So honestly, when it comes to Interview with a Vampire, I would have to say it's definitely up there with peak gothic vampire movies as a whole. It's very rich, it's elegant, super atmospheric. Everything from the sets to the costume has that genuine Baroque, almost romantic feel. It's this one's less about horror and more about immortality, loneliness, and just decay over time. It's one of the best vampire movies. It's a classic for a reason. It's based off the books, if I'm remembering correctly. So yeah, if you haven't seen this one and you're into vampires, this should be one of the first ones you see. Eraserhead has just been on my mind ever since that one sick afternoon. I believe this to be David Lynch's masterpiece. It's my favorite film by him, at least so far. Could be subject to change in the future as I watch more of his movies, but this one is just an artistic masterpiece in my opinion. It's a classic. It's far ahead of its time. It's purely black and white, or at least from what I remember. It's been like a year since I watched it last, but this is probably a bootleg DVD copy. I'm not sure exactly where I got it again, but yeah, I have it, and it's definitely a welcome addition to the collection. This is a great movie. If you haven't seen it, you should really watch it. It's very, very experimental, very strange. The sound design alone is very ominous, very eerie, nonsensical, but that's all part of the charm. It doesn't make sense, which is why it makes sense. So go ahead and give this one a go. Now this last pick I have is two films, as you can see on screen, Zombieland 1 and Zombieland 2, which is otherwise known as Double Tap. Now these movies are some of my favorite movies ever made. I am a huge fan of comedy movies. They're my favorite type of movies to watch. I love zombies. You merge the two, fucking incredible. Shaun of the Dead did it great. In my opinion, I think this one did it better, really, especially the first one. I watch these movies at least once every few months, and I never get tired of them. They're such comfort movies to me. I love putting them on. I love showing them to people. I can't get enough of these movies. I really, really hope they make a third one. Man, that would be the best thing ever. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. It would be a welcome addition to the world of film. That is for sure.